This is the story of how I grew my email list from only 12 people to over 2,000 in less than 30 days. Hi everyone, I'm Christine and after you watch this video, you'll be able to steal this strategy and use it to grow your own email list and then launch your new blog, website, or product. I'll start by telling you my own personal story, and then I'll give you some tips on how you can be successful with this particular strategy. So in 2013 or thereabouts, I decided it'd be really cool to build a camper van. I decided to document the process on my blog, which I called Defying Normal. I'll link to that down below. I created a time-lapse video and I posted it on YouTube. I then posted the link to that on Reddit and it got tons of attention. And I mean like a lot. I'm not sure what the criteria is for saying something has gone viral, but I would say it went viral. It got a couple 100,000 views within the first couple of weeks. So then the media jumped on it and I had tons of articles written about me and my van, and then that just sort of like kept the cycle going because those articles would link back to my video. So now you're probably wondering, how did I convert all of this into email list subscribers? All I did is I simply put a little graphic up at the end of the video saying, hey, if you're interested, you can download my guide. It's called The Van Dweller's Dilemma. It'll give you some info on choosing a van so that you can build your own camper van. And I also made sure that I put the link to my lead magnet down in the description box of that video. Now for you, I should mention, you don't have to do a guide like I did. The one that I happened to do took me 2 weeks to create. You can do something like a checklist or a quick guide or a cheat sheet, something that only takes a couple days to put together as opposed to a couple weeks, because mine was a little bit overkill, just to make sure that it provides value to your audience. After that, I released a book on Amazon, and of course I told my entire email list about it, and because so many people went to go check out the book on the first few days of the initial book release, that made for a really successful ebook launch. And then I guess that just sort of, the momentum kept going. So the book even still sells well today. For you, you might not want to do an ebook. You might want to release a physical product or an e-course, or maybe you're looking to launch a blog, but you can still take what I did and adapt it to whatever your project might be. So that's the basic overview. And I know how all this sounds. I know it sounds a little bit simplistic, like step 1, create an awesome video. Step 2, put a lead magnet at the end of it. Step 3, post the video on Reddit, and voila, success. That's not really how it goes. The key here is putting in the time and effort to create a really great video. You want to create a video that's going to get shared, so you're going to have to really work at that. And I should point out that you can't really rely on one video to get you all of your email list subscribers long term. Because after your video gets an initial surge of views, a few weeks later, that's definitely going to taper off, as will the number of people who opt in to your lead magnet. So sure, you might get tons of opt-ins within the first couple of weeks of releasing your video, but you should expect to get fewer and fewer as the months go on. You'll have to keep creating new videos if you want to keep getting more and more email list subscribers. Now, guys, I don't want you to get the wrong impression here, so don't spam Reddit with all kinds of videos with lead magnets at the end of them. You're going to have to put in some thought into creating an amazing video. So here's a few tips. Tip number 1, create shareable content. So when you create your video, you're going to have to think real hard and come up with a concept that's either funny, amazing, or just plain cool. So those are the types of videos that people tend to like and share. Tip number 2, create related content. So yes, cute videos of puppies and cats get shared a lot, but if in the end you're trying to sell an ebook about, say, I don't know, curing back pain, that's really not what we're going for here. Your viral video, and I mean, I don't know if your video is going to go viral, but let's be optimistic. Your viral video needs to be related to your niche or the industry that you are in. Tip number 3, be a good Redditor. If you've never used Reddit before, don't create a new Reddit account just for the purpose of posting your video. Spend at least a few weeks contributing to Reddit and getting to know the subreddit that you'll be posting your video in. Reddit is not at all friendly towards spammers, so do not be a spammer. The key here is contributing, not spamming. Tip number 4, use a great headline. Now this goes for both when you post your video on YouTube and when you post on Reddit. A headline like front yard landscaping just won't be as appealing as something like front yard goes from ugly to amazing. Try not to be clickbaity or misleading, just make your headline interesting. Tip number 5, reply to comments. When you post your video on YouTube and Reddit, stick around to answer questions and reply to comments. If people see that you're willing to interact with them, they'll leave even more comments and then they'll engage more. And that kind of activity signals to both YouTube and Reddit that your video is popular, which will boost your video in their algorithm. In addition, be aware that your responses to all of the comments and questions may be used by the media to create news stories about your video. So do not say anything that you wouldn't want the entire world to know. Tip number 6, be ready for media inquiries. So if your content does go viral, you're going to get emails from Rumble, Storyful, and Jukin Media, and probably a couple more. Now there's not a lot of info out there about these types of companies, so let me assure you that yes, these 3 in particular are legit and you will get paid, but their angle is that they want you to give them some of your commissions and then they will make sure that your story gets out to more news outlets. You're going to have to do your own research as to whether or not this is going to be worth it for you, because for some people it is, and for some people it really isn't. So you might make more money by not signing your video over to them and just keeping all of your commissions. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. If you thought it was helpful, I would definitely appreciate a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments at all for me, be sure to leave those down below. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!